Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Study with Mumtaz, and here we are going to learn something new. But before that, I just want to tell you something about me. So let's start today's video by knowing me. So this is something about me, that my name is Mumtaz Sefi. I'm a 2019 physics honors graduate student and I have done DLED from Jamia Millia Islamia in 2016, and with that I have 8 years of teaching experience. So now you all know me, so let's start with today's topic. So I'm going to tell you something about an online platform which is called as Scratch. Yes, so today we are going to do the introduction of the Scratch, that what is actually Scratch and what are the components, how you can use this online platform. Basically you can call it as online program or online software. So let's see what we have in Scratch. So first, before starting any topic, we should know about that. Before going further, we should know about the thing, about the platform. What is it actually? So Scratch, what is a Scratch? Scratch is a free programmable toolkit that enables kids to create their own games, animated stories, and interactive art, and share their creations with one another over the internet. So what people can do, what students can do, like they can make their own game on Scratch. Scratch is free programmable toolkit, or you can say it's a free online software which gives the opportunity to the students, to the person whosoever wants to make game, who also wants to create stories, animate stories. There are a lot many things the person can explore over here and can make their own games by doing coding, and they can also share it. So that's really nice that we are learning something and we can also share that. And with this, I would like you to tell that you can open Scratch by writing this website, https scratch.mit.edu. You can type this website. Let me just open it for you so that you can have a look how to go to the Scratch and how to open it. So yeah, so you have to open Google, and here you have to write www.scratch.mit.edu. So this will come like this. You have to enter and you have to click on the first link which is coming, and it will open up like this. So it has create, explore, ideas, about. You can search also. Now here's the option of join Scratch. You can also make an account on your on the Scratch by opening it. What you have to do, you just have to click on that. You have to write a username, then you have to create a password. Once you are done with this, they will ask you your like your personal details, when you are born, in which country do you stay, and at the end they will ask you for the email. So try to get the email which is in use, because they will ask for the confirmation of the account. Once you confirm that account from the Gmail, then you can log in it and you can share the project. If you not confirm your Scratch account, then you are not able to share your project. So it is important to confirm your Scratch account. So do use the mail which you know the password, and you can confirm it. And when after joining a Scratch, you can just go to sign in. You can write the username and you can write the password which you have made for your account. And then after that, you can click on create. So when you click on create, there are a lot many options which will be available for you. So I'm going to explain about each components of Scratch. As you all know what is Scratch now. So now we can tell that it is divided into three parts. Like this is the right hand side, this is the middle part, and this is the left hand side. And you can see there's so many things. There are scripts, there's a cat, and there's this panel. So we are going to study each and every component one by one, so that you can have a better understanding of the Scratch online software. So as you have seen that I opened it, and there is already a cat here. So this is a default character which is already present in there, and you can delete it also. There are a lot many things you can do. So just let me get back to my presentation so that I can explain you about each and every component, and then we'll work according to that. Look like this. As you have seen in the website also, it will look like this. So this cat is the main character. From here you can do full screen. From here you can change backdrop. This is a sprite. Whatever your program will run in this area, You can add a sprite from here. You can choose a backdrop from here. These are extension blocks. These are code which you have to drag. These are the left-hand side select block, switch view, project name, save language, anything you can do from here. So let's study about each component one by one. What is a sprite? So you can say that sprite is the main character. What you can say, sprite is the main character. Sprite is the main character or an object in the Scratch that performs actions. So whatever the action you want to give to your project, like you want to move the sprite, you want to go right, left, up, down, any action you want from your program to do is done by sprite. So sprite, you can say, is the main character which actually runs your program, right? So you can do this from here for changing the sprite. And then what we have next, the stage area. So you have seen that stage area in white background and white also, which is behind the sprite. So that stage area is where we can see our code come to life. That means whatever the code, whatever the program you are writing for your game, so action will be performed in the stage area. It is the working area for the sprite. Whatever the action sprite is going to perform, that will be within that area only. Sprite can move on the actions given by us in the stage area only. So this is the stage area. From this area, in this area only, this sprite can work, move, rotate, whatever it is, whatever the program it is, whatever the code it is. So now I think these two things are clear, that what is a sprite? This sprite is going to perform every action which you have given in the code, and where it will run in this area only, which is called as stage area. Okay, now what is this? You will have seen that after the stage and the sprite, there was a panel over there. So what is it? It is exactly the information about the sprite. Like, what is the sprite? This is show, this is hide. Do you want to show the sprite or do you want to hide the sprite? This is size. So if we feel like the size of the sprite is big, so we can decrease it. If you feel like the size of the sprite is small, so you can increase it. You can give the directions as well. I will go back to the platform, then we'll explain you in detail about the structures, that is X and Y. We are going to study this also. So this is called a sprite information panel. Why we call it as a sprite information panel? Because it is giving each and every information related to the sprite, that where is sprite on the stage, is it visible or is it hidden, what is the size, what is the direction, and what is the name of the sprite. For the cat, it is written as sprite 1 because this is the default character that whenever you open the Scratch, it will always be there. Okay, so now let's just study about the information. The sprite information pane, or you can say panel, is where we can find information about our sprites as well as manipulate them. What does this mean, manipulate them? Because you can change the information, you can increase the size, you can change the direction, you can rename it. Yeah. So access this pane by clicking on the thumbnail of the desired sprite. So to whosoever sprite you want to change the information, so you have to click on that sprite. That's, you can see the sprite is including, that means it is already chosen. So if there are any other sprites, so you have to click on that to change any information. This area allows us to delete and create sprites. So there's a cross mark you can see here. By this way we can delete the sprite. Let's move forward. So we have covered three things here. What is a sprite, what is a stage area, and what is a sprite information panel. Okay, what we have next, the script area. As I have already told you that the Scratch is divided into three parts: the right side, the middle part, and the left side. So now we are coming towards the middle part, which is the script area. Script area is where you drag and drop all your scripts. Whatever the codes, whatever the commands and actions you are giving to your sprite, you have to drag each and every code in the script area. So this is the working area, the program which is going to run for the sprite, for the background, for the stage. It has to be dragged over here in the script area. Okay, so middle part is really very easy. It is not a difficult one. Okay, let's move forward for the next one. The left hand side of Scratch is divided into three parts. You can see it has code, which contain all the blocks that are actually necessary to make your program run. Then we have costumes here, and then we have sound. So if you want to add sound, first you have to go there to add sound. Then we can change the costume or can delete or can add many. Okay, let's study each code by one. So when you go to the code area, it has motion block, looks, sound, events, control, sensing, operators, variables, and my blocks. So the code area is the area on the left side of the project editor where scripts are assembled. All the scripts are there. Code area has all the blocks that is required to give commands to the sprites and backdrops. So we have two things on the right hand side. One is sprite and one is backdrop, which is in the stage area. So whatever the commands has to be given on in these two, that is on the sprite and one on the backdrop. So whatever the command you want to give, you have to look for the code area and you have to search for the block. Like you want to add sound, then go to sound. If you want to create events are important, we'll study about events. What are those? Then if you want to give a motion, you have to go to the motion block. If you want to add sound, go to sound and sensing. We'll study about each and every code one by one. So I think code area is clear here. What is costume? See here, the costume I have chosen, there is a boy. So we can add costume from this cat icon. So the costume tab helps sprites to change their look to any of its costume. Like this is moving like this. You can make it standing. You can make it jumping. So many costumes you can make. The name can be edited. Yeah, costume is written to remove PG. It is there. So you can also rename it. You can edit it. You can delete it. But every sprite must have at least one costume. One of the most common uses of costume is to make an animation for a game or other project so that it can switch the costume and move. It looks like it is running, right? So at least there should be one costume so that it is present there, but you can have more than one. But having one is the compulsory condition. So costumes are clear here now. See what is sound panel. So sound panel gives us access to add sounds in our games. It allows us to create and manipulate sound. We can even record of our own. So by this going to the sound panel, you can add sounds to your game and you can make it really very interesting. So now, as you know about all the components, let's just study them in the Scratch. So as I've told you, this cat is the main character, which is called a sprite. You can delete the sprite from here and you can go to choose a sprite. There are ample of examples. You can select any. There are categories, like in all, it will visible. It will show everyone. Then we have animals, people, fantasy, dance, music, lot many categories are here. So you can choose any of the sprites. Suppose if I choose the ski girl sprite, so it will become up like this on the stage. And as I've already told you, this area is the working area for the sprite. Sprite is going to perform each and every action in this stage area only. And we can give the background, we can give the backdrop to the stage. So you just have to go to the backdrop like this. There are examples and you can choose any. Just suppose if I choose this one, you can drag the script down like this. So now, as you have seen that the sprite is Giga, this is show, this is hide, and this will hide the sprite, and this is size. So you can also increase it. Let's make it 150 and check and click anywhere on the screen. So it is big now. Like where you can change the size, direction. So that means in which direction you want your sprite to be. Like you want it in the right direction or in between the right or just the straight one, or you want it to in the left, or you want it to show it up. So that's how you can change the direction of the sprite if you want to. And you can, if you don't want, you can also write the number if you're not able to figure it out properly. I'm just making the 90 the right side. So it will be like this. So these four things are clear: direction, size, show, sprite. Now, what is this X and Y? Some people must be knowing it, that what is X coordinate and what is Y coordinate, but few of the like students from grade 1 to 3, they are not aware of these things. So for them, I'm just telling what is X and Y actually. So x and y are the coordinates. Basically, if you want to locate the sprite, if you want to set the position of the sprite or whatever it be, so you need to look for x and y. X and y tells you the position of the sprite on the stage. So, and if you want to move your sprite for say right to left, so you have to go right to left is this orange line, the sleeping line, or you can say the horizontal line, which is called as x line. And the whole length of the stage for x line is minus 240 to 240. Now, what is this 200 plus and minus 240? So, if the sprite from the center, which is the origin, is going towards right side, it is plus x, and if it is going towards left, then it is minus x. In the same way, if the from the center it is going up, then it is plus y, and if it is going down, it is minus y. And the whole length of the y line on the stage is from 180 to minus 180. Now let's just reduce the size. It's looking really very big, so let's just make it 50. So now the giga is here, the giga sprite is here. Now suppose if I place giga here, now you can see the value of x line is 140 and y is minus 101. If I keep it here, again, the value will change in x and y. X is 94 and y is 87. So that means what is happening? Whenever we are keeping in our sprite on the stage to whatever place, it is getting updated in this panel. Because this is what? This is the sprite information panel. So it is going to give you the exact location of the sprite on the stage. Okay, and whatever the location is, so you can set the sprite where you want and it will be updated in the code area as well. So I think now you know. So as you already know that how to delete the sprite, you have to just click on this button and you have to choose the sprite from here. Now the backdrop is here, how to delete the backdrop. So for this, there is no delete button. So what you have to do, you have to click on stage. When you click a stage, it on the code area, it will give you a backdrop option. So we'll go to backdrop and we'll delete the one which we do not need. And we can delete it like this. And then we can come back to code area again. So it is when you are selecting a stage, it gives you the option to do coding for the backdrops. And if you select the sprite, it will give you options to do coding for the sprite. So now it becomes code, costume, sound. And for stage, it was code, backgrounds, backdrops, and sounds. So I'm going to do with Giga, the Sprite, the costumes are here. So these are the costumes which are available for Giga. So the first one is this normal smile. The second one is actually really happy and smiling, very much happy and excited. And this one is the angry one, or you can say, yeah, it's looking angry one. So these are the 4 costumes available. You can add more costume by clicking on it. And then you can go to sound to add sounds. There are a lot many examples. The way we choose a sprite, the way we choose backdrop, in the same way we can choose a sound for the game. There are a lot many sounds available. As we have a sprite and backdrop option, in the same way we have sound option as well. And whatever you choose, it will add it here. Okay, now costume is clear, sound is clear. Now what is code? Now codes are important. Suppose, what do you mean by motion? Motion means movement. So any movement you want to give to your sprite, you have to search in the motion block. And you have to drag the codes to the script area. As I've already told you that this this middle part is the script area where all the scripting has to be done. And you can drag the codes like this to join them and to make the program run. And suppose, see, if a teacher asks you to write something, do you write in the space area available? In the same way, we have to write this code in this script area. And suppose if you write anything by mistake and you put any wrong block, or you want to delete any block in the notebook, what we do, we erase it. In the same way, we can delete it from here. Either you can drag the block like this and you can just delete it. Or if you don't want to do this option, you can drag it back to the code area. So by this way, the code will be deleted. And now very important thing. Now suppose I want to remove this mid block, turn forward 15 degrees. So how to make it move? So because if I move it, then it is not going to, if I drag it from the top, it will come up together. So whenever you want to separate the block, always drag from the bottom like this. Otherwise, it will come up together. Suppose I want to remove this mid block. So I have to drag it like this. Then I have to again separate it like this. and then I can drag it and then join it back. So this was the important one, because people forget that yes, we have to drag from the top if you want to delete a block. So you have to always separate the blocks from the bottom, and then you can drag it back if you want to delete all of them. Now looks are, what are the looks you want to give to your code, you whatever, to the sprite. If you want to add sound, go to sound. Now events are important. Events are like actions which causes something to happen. Suppose there's an event called when green flag clicked. So this is green flag. So something is going to happen when green flag is clicked. And what will happen? Whatever the codes you put below it. Suppose if I go to motion, I want my Giga to move 10 steps. So I have to put this code here, and then Giga will move 10 steps like this. So it is how it is going that way. So now the direction is 105. That's why it is going in this direction. If I make it 90, let's see if will it go straight to right or not. So I have set it to 90. Now I'm pressing the green flag. Now it is going straight. So what is this? When green flag click, this is an event. This is an action which causing something to happen. What is happening? Whatever is placed below the event. So we can drag it back like this. Not only green flag, we have lot many options. Even like something will happen when you press the space key, or when you press this sprite, or when backdrop switches. So lot many options are there. Once you are used to with the scratch, and once you are started working on it, then you will be aware of each and every code and the function of it. Then let's go to control. Control have lot many things, like you want to wait for 1 second, or you want to repeat the step, or you want to move forever. There's if then condition loop, like you can take it and you can give a condition inside it, that if this is like this, then what should happen. So by this way it is going to work. So this is all code area which will actually run your program, and that's all about scratch. I hope that today's video is useful for you all, and I just really hope that it helps other person whosoever works on scratch and want to make games and help the student. If you do like the video, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates of my video. And please keep subscribing, keep supporting, and keep loving. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care, have a nice day, stay blessed, stay healthy. Bye bye.